Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday afternoon. It is drunk pokeroo time. It is beer time. Today, I had a little idea the other day, and I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's really dear to my heart. If you follow along on the blog or on Instagram, you know that I really am appreciative of everything I get at a craft beer, especially coming from, being a macro lager pounder, getting drunk all the time and blacking out. I wrote an article today on my blog. I'll leave a link down below. You can go look at it. It's the evolution of mindful drinking. Basically what that is paying attention to what is in your beer, what flavors are coming out of your beer, what is your beer trying to tell you. And in that vein, so because I was a macro lager drinker, and I mean, probably the worst kind, Brava Light, tasteless, flavorless, nothing. If it was cold, it was going down, and that was it. I wasn't tasting anything. To these IPAs you see in front of you, you got all kinds of great IPAs, Headstock, Octopus Wants to Fight, Lone Pine, Mad Tom, and what we're going to talk about tonight, Boneshaker in a second. But how do you get from having no palate at all, and I had no palate. I smoked, I ate crappy food, I drank crappier beer. How do you get from that to this? I love IPAs so much. I always have, a couple of the regulars in my fridge, and then, when stuff like Octopus comes out, I go and grab it, or, if Lone Pine shows up at the LCBO, I'm getting it. Mad Tom and Headstock I probably have in my fridge almost all the time. Same with Boneshaker. So I'm going to be honest with you. When I get a new beer, especially, I don't do it as much anymore, but usually I'll go and I'll read the description of the beer from the brewery. So I know what sort of flavors I'm expecting. And it helped me to train my palate and to learn what each flavor was. However, it wasn't enough because, honestly, I didn't eat a lot of fruit for the last 25 years. I started to now. I'm trying to eat a little healthier and live a little healthier. But what I would suggest to you if you're new, like me, when I was new, and even today, I still like to do it, go to the produce section, get yourself a mango. Blood orange, sometimes you get blood orange in there, not often. Regular orange, sometimes orange peel. Grapefruit, obviously. Pineapple. How many times do you hear in beer reviews, grapefruit, pineapple, mango, pine? I don't advocate eating pine. I think you know what the pine flavor is. You get it in medicine sometimes, that bitter, resinousy thing. I mean, if you want to chew on a pine, fine. I'm pretty good. I know what pine tastes like. But honestly, when was the last time you had pineapple? When was the last time you had mango or grapefruit? I mean, for me, it had to have been 20 years for mango, if not longer, till I was a kid. Same thing with grapefruit. Probably when I was a kid. That was a fad diet in the 70s. I remember my mom would get grapefruit. So, it really helped, though, because it brought the real flavor of the fruit forward. Now, you're getting the flavor from the hops. So it's not exactly pineapple, grapefruit, mango, whatever, but it's there. It's like when we talk about stouts and coffee and dark chocolate. When was the last time you had bitter black coffee? If you're a black coffee drinker, great. I'm not. So I actually had to, open the bag of the dark coffee and sniff it and, make a cup. And I tried it. And I tried dark chocolate. I'm not a dark chocolate fan. I am now, but I wasn't then. So that's what it is today. And I just wanted to sort of, if you're new and you're struggling with, discerning the flavors and picking them apart. I mean, I'm still learning. I'm still finding new things in my beer, and it's wonderful. Go get some fruit, get these fruits and try them. And not just try them alone, cut them up. And that's what I did. I cut up a mango, a grapefruit, and a pineapple, and I tried them alone. I tried them in different combinations just so I could get that sort of feeling of what that tastes like directly from the actual fruit as opposed to just, saying, oh, it tastes like pineapple. I'm pretty sure that's what pineapple tastes like. I mean, you know what it tastes like, but have you had one recently? It's just what I did. I thought I'd give you guys that, and maybe it'll help you if you're really trying to start to pull flavors out of your beers. It's fun, and you know what? What's the worst thing that's going to happen to you? You're going to eat some fresh fruit. It's probably good for you. If you're like me, I need to eat more fresh fruit. So all this is going to be cut up and be a great treat for me as the week goes on. But anyways, so I've done all these beers except for Lone Pine, which I'll do another day. What we're going to talk about today is Boneshaker. And why we're going to talk about Boneshaker is pretty simple. Boneshaker is a fantastically brewed beer. It's readily available pretty much throughout the province, province of Ontario. I mean, you can get this beer everywhere, and it's a fantastic beer. It's a nice IPA. It's unfiltered. It's a good beer. So let's get her open and get her in my Spiegeloo glass, which I talk about all the time. That's my favorite IPA glass. I love it. The thing I like about this is the color. Oh, I can already smell the hops. And again, that piney resonance. I mean, go and smell the pine tree. When was the last time you actually smelled a pine tree and not a pine air freshener? That's what I did. And I just wanted to bring that to you. So nice head. Look at the dark, caramel color almost. With the Spiegeloo glass, it has a textured bottom here that helps to, when you're pouring it, helps to keep that head there, which you want. You want a nice foamy head. I mean, I could smell that when I pour it. I could smell that piney, resinousy. So again, honestly, when was the last time you actually smelt a pine tree? Maybe Christmas time if you get a real tree like we do. I mean, that's great, But smell one and see. So let's get into it. Cheers. See, that's a good bitter. Oh, it's perfect. It's got your pineapple, your grapefruit, that kind of dry bitterness. I mean, again, I'm going to eat this grapefruit just because it really did help me to sort of start picking flavors apart. But there is some mango sweetness in there in that malt body. Now, by malt body, we mean, it's got a bit of that caramel tone to it. I like my IPAs all over the map. Some are just super, super bitter, and there's no maltiness at all. This is more leaning towards like an American-style IPA that has a bit of a malt body. But make no doubt about it, it's a piney, resinous back end that is, good and bitter. I always mix this one up. 7.1% ABV. So it's pretty high in its ABV. It's not a little beer by any stretch of the imagination, but it's very refreshing. I mean, I find them refreshing now. I didn't even a year ago. The thing I like about Boneshaker, besides it's readily available everywhere, you can get it in a 6-pack too, which is great too. I know my friend buys a 6-pack for himself a lot. It's just a good IPA, easy drinking, bitter, and it gives me the flavors that I've come to know and love. The best part about all this is Mrs. Pokeroo doesn't like pineapple or grapefruit. I'm not sure about mango, but so I get to enjoy them in my lunches for the next couple of days. That's the beautiful part. So I hope it was helpful. I mean, we always talk about the journey of craft beer and learning and experiencing new things, and that's what I'm trying to do. And that's how I did it for myself. Literally, if I'm reading that, this tastes like bready, biscuity, toffee, caramel, sort of English styles, I get caramel and toffee and I eat them, and I'm like, oh, okay. I know what the flavor is, but it's been a long time maybe since I've had some, so I want to try it again. Same with this. So cut yourself up some pineapple, some grapefruit, some mango, get them on a plate, mix them up, try mixing them together, eating them. It really helped me to discern flavors and enjoy my beer more, I guess, is the key of today's lesson, and to be more mindful and appreciative of what's inside the beer as opposed to just pounding, watery garbage down my throat in the form of a macro lager, especially a light lager, so that you're just trying to get drunk. Here, I'm just going to enjoy this. Again, we barbecue all year, so I'm going to go out and get the barbecue started. We're going to have some nice chicken tonight. I'll probably pair it up with something a little bit lighter than an IPA. I think an IPA might be too heavy, but maybe a nice light beer. Like an English ale or something. A Pompous Ass Ale from Great Lakes maybe might be nice. I don't know. But I do know that I love Boneshaker. It's a damn fine beer, made by Amsterdam. Big shock there. Get yourself some. Keep it in your fridge. Go buy some fruit. It'll do you good no matter what. At the very least, you'll have had some fresh fruit. That's what I figure. Probably makes my mom happy that I'm eating more fresh fruit. But until Thursday, my friends, visit the produce aisle before you go to the liquor store, all right? Have a good night, my friends. Remember, raise your glass, raise your standards. Cheers from the Drunk Pokeroo. Delicious.